Welcome to the A to Z Golfing Podcast with Andy Cezanne
Hey, everyone.
and Rob Maguire.
Hello, everyone.
We are presented by AM Golf Trips. Follow the entire 2023 season at amgolftrips.com. Rob is going to join us for the first two episodes of 2023, and then we are going to segue into some other guests along the way. We're going to have some live videos that we're going to do from areas across the United States at not only AM Golf Trips events, but Swag Series events in 2023. Where I wanted to start for this first episode is talking to both of you a little bit about the 2022 season that saw us travel around to numerous states, meeting all types of new people, and really building what we have just released for 2023. So, Rob, I want to start with you about some of the locations that we visited in comparison to the locations that we're going to be going to in 2023.
I mean, what a lineup of places. What a great year. We visited Vegas, Pebble Beach, Pinehurst, Streamsong, Big Cedar. I mean, we kind of hit a bevy of places. Hard to pick anything that sticks out more than anything. It was just a really successful year at Golf Trips all the way around.
Andy, for you, I mean, me and you got to spend a lot of time on the road together. We got to do a lot of things. I was more privy to going to a lot of the out of state, we're based in Illinois, but the out of state AGT series, as it used to be known. For me and you getting to spend a lot of time together, I know you doing a lot of the behind the scenes photography stuff. Some highlights for you in 2022. I know Kohler was a huge one, your interaction with them, but maybe you could tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, sure. No, I had a great time all 2022. Got to go to Michigan and Wisconsin as well as Illinois. Helped run some tournaments out that way for the series side. And then the trip side, yeah, I mean, the lineup that we went to was just insane for that. Kohler was amazing. I got to take a lot of, I like to wake up nice and early and get out there before the sun comes up and take a bunch of pictures. I've been just talking with their marketing team quite a bit and giving them a bunch of content that they like to use. And for me, that's a joy. I mean, that's what I get up in the morning for, is to take the pictures and to capture all these memories for the courses and all the golfers that we do.
Yeah, I mean, I can attest to you getting up way too early in the morning and going out on the golf course, and then we really can't find you for a significant period of time. But I think it's really cool. I mean, I get to spend a lot of time with you personally, and to see your text messages come through about when somebody at Kohler, somebody at Streamsong contacts you directly and uses your photos. And not to mention, I think for a lot of the people that are going to listen to this, that have already listened to it from last year and have met us, Andy is very well known across Facebook and social media when people put his photos as their profile pictures.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a cool little, I'm not going to use the word cult, but anytime somebody puts it up, somebody is trying to attach Andy Cezanne to a photo, whether it's Burke or Moss, or there was another new one today. But across the board, I mean, there's just a lot of guys out there that appreciate what you do. I really don't. Rob does. So for
what's
me,
the profile? What's the count up to, Andy? How many?
I don't know. I don't know. I've never really actually counted. I guess I could try to go back and find it. To what you were saying earlier, it was funny because we were at Forest Dunes. It was Rob and I at Forest Dunes, and I was already outside. I had the drone up. I was taking pictures, and Rob texted me probably like an hour after I was already outside. He's like, "Hey, you should check the sunset out outside." I was like, "Yeah,
True
I'm
story.
sure.
True story.
I'm already out here. I got you."
And let's be really clear when we tell that story. Like, I was up, and the sun was like just peeking up, like the sunrise had just started, and he said he was already. So he was clearly like in the dark.
Yeah.
Getting his camera gear ready.
I had stuff set up, like tripods, getting the sunrise.
Probably climbing trees, getting things. Who knows what he was doing? But yeah,
no double straps at that time.
Well, good.
Well, he did get a tick at Forest Dunes, so that was another infamous story that he'll always remember. So,
yeah. Is that your big takeaway from 2022? Ticks.
The ticks, yeah. Watch out when I go in the brush.
Yeah, good stuff. You never know. See what
For
he
me,
does to get a picture.
Yeah.
Totally the army crawl.
I mean, he does what he needs to do. I love it.
I know exactly. It was the 11th
mean-
hole at Forest Dunes on the Forest Dunes course. I was in the brush probably like 40 minutes, and I got some real nice shots. Actually, some of my favorite shots for the whole trip. And I'm 100% sure that's where I got it from. Was that spot?
In the brush.
Par 3.
It sounds like he's going to be doing tours around the Kalahari in a few years, so we might have to try to use him up here.
You might need a machete.
I mean, outside of the travel, I think that the one thing that I'm not going to forget, there's a lot of things I won't forget from 2022, but I've never really traveled around the country and like run events. And a lot of the people that do know me know that I did construction for a very long time. And then, when you're traveling around and then coming back and working a physical job, but just to meet all the new people that I got to meet in 2022, and that sort of segued into what we did at Big Cedar with Swag Golf, what we're getting ready to do in 2023, even more new people that we're set to meet in Vegas for 2023 with Swag Golf. So the travel for me, as much as it was very new and very unique, and for me, I think that'll be the stuff that I remember the most: the different golf courses, the people, the experience of flying in, running an event, and trying to fly out immediately. So I'm hoping and looking forward to 2023. I'm looking forward to traveling, but I'm also looking forward to getting there a day or two early and really not being in a rush to get back to a job site. So
Right.
I'm
Dude,
excited
what was your worst travel story from 2022?
Oh,
Listen, I don't want to name golf courses here, but
Well, just the actual travel story.
they'll give it away.
Okay.
Yeah, the travel to Bethpage in New York was. I never complain about experiences because I feel like we usually get to do a good job with talking to the golf courses. But the fact that there are like 4 different companies working at Bethpage, to where like the range is owned by somebody else, the golf carts are owned by somebody else. They only bring over a certain amount of golf carts at a time. The food is owned by somebody else. And just the lack of hospitality. And listen, we've been around the country. I think I could say it a little bit about Pebble, that I was a little bit disappointed, but because it is Pebble Beach, it's the same thing there. They know their Bethpage, and in some ways they don't need every single person that comes through there. But there was nothing that you could do above and beyond with their help to try to administer a better event. You were stuck. You were like, here's 4 golf carts. Let us know 10 minutes before when you need 4 more.
Oh.
And then just you needed copies of receipts from the range to give to the pro shop, to give to the carts, to give to the range. It was my least favorite experience, to the point where Rob got some text messages while I was there, and while I was flying home, like, we're never coming here again. We're not coming here. And it's a great place. It's a great facility. That's what sucked about it for me. It was really cool to see the Black Horse and everything that's within that state park, because it's massive. It's a huge state park. But yeah, for me that was my worst experience. But with that being said, looking forward to all the great travel experiences in 2023. Just released was the 2023 Swag Series schedule. I don't know all the numbers. Andy can let us know some of the numbers related to how many people we saw yesterday impact websites and social media stuff. Maybe he can get into that, or at the same time with Rob, determining factors on where we were going to go in 2023, Rob. And then I'll bring it back over to Andy for some of the numbers.
Why we chose the spots we chose, basically, what you're asking?
Yeah. Give us a little bit of insight on. Listen, some of the scheduled areas are places we've already been for various types of events. So obviously and also the relationships, like the relationship between Hazeltine and Olympia Fields, is something that kind of all came together.
Look,
but just kind of like
think,
an overview of what we're trying to do with the schedule.
Yeah, no, good question. I think anybody who gets to know us or has been to one of our events in the past knows that we really love to put on, some some really great experiences at some really cool places. We'll start there, right? And I think that's a really big piece of what it is. When Swag and AGT started talking a little bit more about building out this Swag series and this concept, the idea behind it was we wanted to continue to build upon some of these relationships that we already had, but also, bring some really cool experiences to players that maybe they don't normally get a chance to experience on either the weekend round of golf, or even if they're their once a year splurge, if you will. So we really targeted some places that we felt like were just iconic in name, right? And that's why you see us starting the season out at Torrey Pines. We wanted to capture some other places that people don't normally get a chance to play, like Olympia Fields. We also wanted to, encompass kind of that fun atmosphere in different places that can deliver on that. And so some of the casino courses that you'll see, the Meadows at Mystic Lake and Turning Stone Resort, like deliver on some of that. So again, it's really built upon the experience. We also wanted to take a look at the entire United States and say, where are the best places to play, right, in terms of golf markets. And I think we put together, 12 stops that really kind of emphasizes golf in different regions, but also golf in hotspots across the country. So super excited about where we landed. And I can't tell you if there's one better than the other, because I think they all bring a nice little unique touch to both the location that they're at and kind of the overall scope of where we're going.
Yeah, I love that. I'm gonna bring this. I'm going to bring this over to Andy through this. I was literally, before we came on and doing this, I saw a Facebook post where somebody was asking, I don't know if they were asking how quickly the Swag Series events were going to fill up and so on and so forth. But to give people an idea of that as best as we can, Andy, hopefully you can let everybody know some of the numbers that we saw yesterday come across different platforms, so that people out there, when we were putting this together, we wanted it to feel kind of like a release, and hopefully on February 15th it gets that feel. So Andy, hit me with those numbers.
On Instagram, there was I believe it was over 50,000 total accounts that have hit on just viewing the schedule on it. On our Facebook page alone, we've had over 7,000 views from just the different spots we share that at. And then Rob has more about on the actual website, what got hit on that.
Yeah, I shared some numbers with the Swag guys yesterday. We were approaching record highs for us, but approaching numbers that they see on their Swag releases and their drops from that side. At one point in time, we had about 3,800 people on the website looking at the schedule. So super excited about, some of the early buzz that we've created. And I think it's just, it's a culmination of a couple of things. I think the schedule is a huge part of that, but I also think, the brands that have kind of come together to create this, I think is there. And the best part about that is we've got more big news that is coming here in the next couple of weeks that I think we'll just continue to emphasize and show people what we're doing and how we're doing it. So super excited.
That sounds awesome. I really like the fact that we're starting to see the numbers get up there. I mean, we noticed it across the line with the schedule. And not only that, but when we did the Please Stand By video, Andy Cezanne, pat yourself on the back. I mean, the numbers for that video, it was fantastic. He still thinks that it was his idea, which is what we're going to go with. Very clear. I have some text messages that predate anything that he did, but that's for a different time and place. And maybe we can talk about it on the patio.
So I can show you the day I made the video, the initial video without the typing. It started there.
Yeah. 2 days prior to that is when I have the text messages. So it's okay. I mean, we can discuss it in the office. We could bring up a dry erase board. We could do a storyboard on whose idea it actually was.
I'm going to have stuff like that. I want to do the whole thing.
Good. So let's get back to the Swag Series schedule. One of the things that we really wanted to do and what we've tried to do in every single event that we've ever done is actually having like a day of events. Like, we don't want it to just be, we've been kind of hamstrung by golf courses with straight tee times and have started to move these over into shotgun events, every single one outside of Harbor Shores. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I have that right, in Michigan. But still, to that point, we will be there from morning to night with a couple different cool ideas to do at night. So the idea behind going to the shotguns and actually laying out in an entire day which will start with pretty much getting to the golf course and having a firsthand experience of something really cool and really unique that we're getting ready to unveil in 2023.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's back to the experience, right? We have learned over years of running running tournaments that the experience is what matters for the player, right? If you're going to spend your time, spend your money to come to do some of this kind of stuff, you want to have an experience. And I think the all-day member for the day, if you will, or the ability to experience a facility and have it to yourself is something that we really strived really hard to deliver. And I think we did, right? And so I think the daily event, if you will, the itinerary of the event is going to be really kind of cool. And I think one of the biggest things I'm trying to emphasize or will be emphasizing is what is included in these events, right? Because it is an experience and it is a day-long event. It's really not just about the golf, right? The golf is a portion of it. It's going to be the camaraderie, the people that you're going to see, some people you haven't seen in a while, or maybe you just know them through the interwebs, if you will. You're going to get a chance to meet them, food and drink, and we're going to have some partner activation. We're going to have a lot of different things that are happening. Putting contest, closest to the pin contest. And this is all in addition to the competition side of what we're doing from there. And we're doing it at really great places. So to me, it's about the experience. And the way that you capture that experience is you capture the day. If you capture the day, you can deliver the experience. So super excited about what that looks like, and can't wait to kind of put that in people's hands, for lack of better terms.
You know, bringing those two communities together is also something like we've talked about with if you've been on the website and you've seen the unlocking of the swag box and the mystery stuff that we're going to do that coincides with the par 3 contest on every single par 3 during the 2023 season on the swag series. I think it's going to be a cool little thing, not only to not know what's in that box, but for somebody that doesn't know the brand, or it's their first time, or they're new with both brands, and you're going to be out there and you're going to unveil this mystery item that you have no idea about. A lot of us know what that's like from purchasing mystery boxes or having gone to other events where they've brought stuff that we've probably never seen before. So it's going to be very cool that there's going to be little twists and turns at every single one of these events that are all going to be able to be documented, with videos and photos and how we're going to do it, and everybody together, all 4 people selecting mystery bags, and probably trades and sales and all sorts of crazy stuff going on. So it's so cool as running these events in 2022 that there's even, it's always hard to like outdo yourself. And it's like, I'm itching to get to Torrey Pines because I want to see what it all looks like before I have a panic attack. So that's what I'm trying not to do. So, and I'm sure Andy's feeling the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm ready for the season to start now. I mean, there's still a lot of work I got to do between now and then, but I'm excited to get it started and see what the whole season looks like.
One caveat, Anthony, I wanted to mention too. We may have some special guests that will appear at some of these events without giving away too much or over promising and under delivering. Those guests will be another added piece to this too. So, couldn't be more excited about what this is. Couldn't be more excited about partnering with Swag and all the team over there. Great group of people to work with, and to be able to deliver, these events to their community and into our community and bring them together and to welcome new people into the community. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. And I think with that part that you just said, we have seen some of the, I'm going to say dynamic impact at Hazeltine, at Big Cedar, and even last year at the AGT event that we had in Vegas. Getting some of the swag team engaged and getting them going around not only customers, but just the normal people at the golf courses. The Big Cedar people watching people come in and sell out head covers that were like the first time that they had ever seen them before. The really cool sort of like inner dynamics that go into all these events. I mean, I never knew that how good of a MC Andrew Schmidt was. And I think now it's like my favorite thing since Hazeltine to Big Cedar. It will be in Vegas. And as much as I like being on a microphone and cruising around with my Bose speaker, I almost live for the moment when Andrew grabs the microphone. It's like, knowing him personally and knowing that that's probably outside of his comfort zone, I think it's kind of like one of the coolest things about engaging within everybody in the community. So I'm looking forward to those moments even more so.
Yeah, you could
Agreed.
turn it on put the mic in his hand. He turns it on.
Totally. And he's going to have an all weekend opportunity when we finish the 2023 season at Big Cedar, which I wanted to get into because originally the thought was we weren't going to play Paynes Valley. And then it turned into, Rob will tell us a little bit more about it, but now we're actually going to conclude our national championship on Paynes Valley to have that tournament experience, and everybody is going to have the ability to finish on the 19th hole and hang out. And listen, I can talk all about it. Rob, why don't you actually tell people what was actually going to happen before I just blurt something out that isn't going to happen?
No, you're awesome in terms
There's
of where
fireworks.
You're just like there may be lights. We'll say that. I think
there may be lights.
There may be lights. No, I think as we continue to build this, right, we kept thinking about how better ways to make this bigger and bolder and just kind of deliver, again, experience, right, to the player. We thought long and hard about where we were. We were able to, I think what we've done over the years is really built some really great relationships, and Big Cedar is a great relationship that we have. And so we were able to make a couple of phone calls and present a couple of ideas. I think when they started to understand the swag community was involved and the AGT community was planning this, they were kind of definitely on board. They have some really heavy restrictions on who can play Paynes Valley and how that you get that access. And we were able to work with them and really kind of unlock some doors to be able to get to the idea. And the scope of what we're trying to create is our final round will be played on Paynes Valley. So if I can take you through the itinerary for the weekend, the welcome party, if you will be at Mountaintop. We'll have a good time there. We'll have some closest to the pin contests and some food and some drink, and we'll welcome all the players from across the country to just a magnificent place, right? They're going to kind of lose their minds when they start to see how this place is laid out. Round one then will be the following day at Ozarks National, which happens to be one of my personal favorite golf courses. I'm a big fan of the layout. I'm a big fan of the design. I know I catch a little bit of heat. I'll just say that it's the #1 rated golf course in Missouri and leave it at that. But then our final round is played at Paynes Valley. Couldn't be more of an iconic venue, if you will. And really, if you can picture the final stage, if you will, of the leaders coming up the 18th hole, the way that the golf course is laid out, the signature hole, the 19th hole that they have there, overlooks the 18th hole. So we're going to be able to watch the leaders tap in their final putts from the 19th hole. We're going to be able to, really create that gallery type of experience, really give a national championship type of a feel as these players are walking up the green on 18 and finishing out the round. And so the idea of, we are the entire resort for that entire, 3 days is really something kind of fun and interesting to deliver, and couldn't be more excited to kind of deliver all on that for all our players and wrap up the season that way. Should be a ton of fun.
Yeah, and I think it's really, you touched on it. The people coming, all the champions from across the nation are going to be coming there. And if anybody out there hasn't read the website, we know we have a lot of people out there that just like click on it, see something, and then quickly run to social media and talk about something. But all of your gross and net champions are in the national championship. All you got to do is read it. It's written out for you. You win a series event, you are into the national championship. Just get there. That's all you got to do. So it's going to be really cool to sort of put like cart signs on their carts saying, they're the Torrey Pines gross champion. This is the Mystic Lake net champion. That's going to be really cool for photos. I don't know how to take any photos, so I'm going to leave that up to Andy. We're just going to kind of give him a bunch of crap to do, and hopefully he can run with it and actually make it look good. But no, super excited. Andy, anything you want to add for 2023?
No, like you just said, it's exciting that we can now bring the winners, the paid entry into the national championship. That just adds an extra excitement at the tournament that you want to win.
That was awesome. I couldn't have said it any better than he said it right there. Rob, anything else you want to add?
No, I just, you can't get away from it, Andy. It's okay. Don't worry about it. No, I'm excited about everything that we're doing. It's the launching point. For anybody who wants to learn a little bit more about what's going on with the Swag Series, swagseries.com, simplest, easiest way. Reach out to us here at the AGT, email addresses and whatnot from there. We'll be able to answer any questions you guys might have. But really excited to get the season started. And really, it gets started here in a few weeks, fellas. PGA National. So really excited about it.
Yes, it does. And actually, that's exactly what we're going to talk about on the next episode. So we're going to go over a little bit about 2022 trips, and then we're going to segue into what we're going to be doing in 2023 for the trip schedule with AM Golf Trips. I am going to do something. Listen, I've been told in this that I'm supposed to lay out these episodes, but I'm always going to hold back a little bit at the end and not tell the people what we're going to talk about. So it's a little bit of like a story, an ending.
Oh, yeah.
So for everybody out there that doesn't know, Andy and I work together in the same office now. Okay. And you have seen me talk about, I love my close friend over here, Andy Cezanne, but Andy, because I have my golf bag in the office, it's nice. You grab a club, you chip around, work on, we probably need to get a mirror in there. Right now, Andy Cezanne has 4 pairs of shoes in our office. And I'm not kidding you. I can't make this up. He's got 2 pairs that he's got to break in. He's got a pair on his feet, and he's got a pair in his golf bag because he had to bring his golf bag now. Now, not to mention, you would think that would be the only thing going on right now. It's not, folks. It's not. From head to toe, branded bills, Nike, his pants are from Puma, his shoes are Adidas, and his socks are Reebok. I can't. I am going to spend the next couple weeks helping him out. And listen, I have people that help me out with my attire. Okay. Trust me. They probably look at me and think that I wear golf stuff all the time, which I do. I love it, but holy Moses, I got 4 pairs of golf shoes and the kid's wearing 11 brands. I don't know what to do. So that's my story for this episode. Hope everybody enjoys it. Andy,
no.
You have nothing to add?
I have to rebuttal.
Rebuttal. That's why I'm bringing it back to you.
The wife got me golf shoes for Christmas because obviously my style is not the best. So she's trying to help out in this process as well. She got me 2 nice pair of golf shoes. Yeah, thank you. Best person in the world. I'm breaking them in for PGA National coming up here. So I do not, because I have to walk the golf courses 2 or 3 times usually. So I'm breaking them in at the office here. I'll bring them back home. The bag, I just thought we were being fun, bringing our bags in. I brought the little chipping mat. I brought some golf balls we could hit around. I just thought it was a thing. Clearly, it was not. So that might be out here.
Clearly, it is a thing. I thought it was cool. I just did not know that there was going to be another thing of shoes in there.
I literally took those out of the travel case as this morning, and I forgot the shoes were in there. So that one was a mistake shoe. That one shouldn't be in there.
Mistake shoe. But what I don't think Andy understands, and maybe you can edit this part back into it, but we'll see. What I don't think Andy really understands is it's not that you have the golf bag. It's not that he's got a pair of golf shoes. It's the fact that he's got 16 different brands represented in his entire outfit here.
Yeah,
look, I'm guilty of that too. So don't get me wrong. I mean, but maybe not.
That's just I just wear whatever I find really fast.
You are 100% correct.
Yeah.
Listen, I do not have a problem with you bringing golf shoes to break in, but let's be very clear on this. You sit at a desk. Okay, you're not breaking in shoes, right? So
I am. So when I walk around, I move my feet around.
That's awesome.
I mean. Okay. I'll give you 1 pair. Then another one showed up. Then the golf bag showed up. I don't mind the golf bag being there. As soon as I saw the bump out on the side was when I unzipped it and I was like, okay, he's got his golf shoes and then he's got these shoes and he's got those shoes. And he's got these shoes. Listen, man, I'm going to love you till the day that you die, but there's 4 pairs of shoes upstairs. I feel like I got to wear no shoes just to compensate the ratio.
Public service announcement for those that are still listening and haven't tuned us out right now. If you have a golf bag, be aware one of Anthony Zampano's favorite things to do is to unzip it and look inside and see what you have in it. So
and just blast you for everything you have in there.
If you're hiding something in there, or you're going to see Mr. Zampano and you're a little bit
don't have a chicken parmesan sandwich in it. Don't have a pair of socks in it.
Clean that bag out right now. Clean it out.
You're going to a series of events. Clean your bag.
That's right. Listen, when Tea Times with Tony starts in 2023, there will be an episode where I randomly go around and check bags. It is a pet peeve of mine. I am so sorry, but somebody should have video recorded it at Branson when I went through everyone's bag.
4 tees and like 1 ball marker. It's already too much
stuff. No. Completely wrong. It's not that. It's when you have tees in 5 different pockets. It's when you have golf balls that have no correlation. And then listen, we're not going to get into this because let me look at the time. Rob's got to go soon. He's got a big presentation. He's got a big meeting in a little bit. But listen, when the excuse is my kids like to use the golf balls that I find on the course, then they should not be in your bag. You should have taken them off the golf course, had a bucket in your garage, and throw them in the bucket. And you're never going to get it. Yes, it was. Andy, we took out like top flight rockets out of your bag. When?
Here, we'll leave it this way. The 3 things that we've learned that should not exist in a golf bag. Ready? Tube socks should never exist in a golf bag. Half-eaten granola bars should never exist in a golf bag. And damaged beyond repair, completely destroyed golf gloves should never exist in a golf bag. Those 3 things should probably be thrown out. So if you have those in your bags, get rid of them. And then public service announcement: beware, Anthony Zampano's open golf bags.
Tony's coming for you.
You've been noticed.
We couldn't have ended the first episode of 2023 any better than that. Thank you, Rob, for joining us, and we look forward to the next episode. He'll be joining us. Andy, any parting words for everybody out there?
Yeah, let's like and subscribe to AHZ Golfing Podcast on YouTube. We also got AM Golf Trips on Instagram. Follow our AM Golf Trips page on Facebook. Become a member on the page there. Can't wait to see what we got here for you.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Awesome.
Just the contribution from you, Andy, today. Just the experience you're showing from 2022 to 2023.
Growth.
My heart is racing right now. I can't wait to walk upstairs and give you a big hug. So from all of us at the A to Z Golfing Podcast, thank you so much. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Thank you.